We're only on for about another hour and a half, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it quick, man. So I know you don't have any stories about fights because you wasn't a lover or a fighter, but anyway, with your candy ass.
Keep going, hurry up, fool.
So we kick in the door. They wasn't there. So I said, I know where they are. We go down to this the bar down where everybody hung out. I go in by myself, man, and these dudes are talking all this ish, and they was like, yeah, what's up, man? You don't want none of this. I'm like, all right, bring your asses outside. So they hit the door and they seen 8 brothers, and they was like, oh snap. It's like, no, 101, 101. So this just shows you how much of a G we were and how we rule ish. I told them, if you don't want a white on black fraternity war, I need to know who hit me. And then him and I going to fight 1-on-1. I left. I get a text message 30 minutes later. Like, yeah, we found which brother swung on you. You bring one of your frat brothers. You come to our house and you can fight and settle it man to man. I'm like, sounds good.
Really? Wow. Okay.
So we go up there, me and my LB, we go up there, and this dude was probably about your height, right? And I was like, damn, I don't remember this cat being that big, but he was talking shit. I mean, I'm out for blood. I was like, all right, well, let's do this. I took my sweater off. All his frat brothers was hanging from the windows. Vince, I proceeded to whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. And then I was like, I'm done. Pick my stuff up. All his brothers was like, damn, ain't nobody say a word. Kick his ass.
Reggie coming to the ring, James Brown style, living in America.
Don't be mad
for you. Go ahead, Apollo Creed over there.
Don't be mad because you ain't never been in a fight in your life with your damn El DeBarge looking ass. So look, so that's basically I ended up whooping his ass, and then I went to a ZBT party later on, and dude was like, "Yo, man, let me buy you a drink." Yeah, that's how it was. We went down, man. We ran things, man. But anyway, I know you ain't got any cool stories like that, Vince. You probably got some keg stand stories or something like that.
Well, Reg, I got all kinds of good stories for you, sir. Many things happen in college, man. I don't know. We've always, and I'm sure you guys run into this. You always get them fools that always want to try and rush your set, try and push up in your party that weren't invited. We had to deal with that a lot. At the University of Minnesota, the wrestling team had an issue. For some reason, them crazy mofos thought that they could just roll up and just do any goddamn thing they wanted. And it's like, look, man, I know you guys are big and strong and got some heavyweights and whatnot, but I got 85 people in this house behind me right now. And you don't want this. I'm just, if it has to go down this way, because, they always try and come up to the door. Oh, my girlfriend's in there, or this person invited me, and this, and that. And then when you tell them either she ain't here, even though she probably is, because the Vin man's on the ones and twos, or nobody invited you, you ain't getting up in here. And man, they would always try and just start testing you. So the question I have is, and it's so typical, and I'm sure Ninja would love this. Why do they have the big 6'8" black man patrolling the door? Why they have your black ass at the door as if you was gonna really put hands on somebody? First off, because hands were put on. Hey, see, that's Reg. You keep pushing the brother, man. You keep pushing the brother.
That's what I do on this show, dog.
I know you do. I know. If I could reach down that low, I'd whip your ass. Anyway, folks, you're listening to the Sports and More Show with the Sports Governor Vince Wright. That's me from the Twin Cities. Then you got little half pint, little sawed off over here from Kalamazoo, Michigan. That's man, DJ Dollars and Cents. So, shut up.
Man, how about your old AARP card carrying ass?
My AARP will whoop your ass. That's what it'll do, homeboy. Anyway, folks, you hear him, Lil Half Pint, DJ Dollars and No Sense over here talking bullshit. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Man, all kinds of stuff to get into. Oh, by the way, we got to welcome the host of the Underground Railroad Show into the joint tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Real Cast Ranger number 1. You know him as that Ninja. What's up, Ninja?
Ninja, what's happening? I'm waiting for Ninja to call in. That brother's very articulate, man. He be getting on one, but I always like to learn from Ninja, man. Even though him and I sometimes are philosophically different, but great brother. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Absolutely. And the Ninja will bring it. Ninja will bring it here. I'm trying to see here if we had some baseball updates. Like I said, they're setting up for the NFL Hall of Fame weekend here at your boy Brett Favre. So they're kind of showing a Brett Favre highlight here on ESPN.
Time out. Now that Jeff and RC is in the room, and Ninja and Sluggo and Fisher, I'm curious to see how they're going to receive this take that I'm about to put on your ass. So let me get this straight. You built $1 billion stadium, right?
Okay, here he goes, folks. The Minnesota hate coming up.
No, it ain't no Minnesota hate. It's just true. You paid tax dollars for a stadium for $1 billion, right?
Sure, Reg.
I mean, don't act all shy now. Was it $1 billion or not?
1.2.
Okay, so I'm perplexed that y'all spent $1.2 billion on a football stadium for the Minnesota Vikings, and your sorry ass ownership decided to let a European soccer team break in your stadium. What kind of ish is that?
Okay, first off, and Ninja, I see your question out there. Great question, and I'm going to address Ninja's question after I deal with Lil Sawed Off over here. Okay, Half Pint, here we go. First off, you have a $1.2 billion stadium. Yep. First game, the actual first preseason football game is set, I think, for August 28th up here, okay? So, roughly a couple weeks away, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't you want to test run your stadium and make sure it works? Do you not test drive a car before you buy it?
You got a great point.
Okay, but here's the thing, because let me tell you, Reg. Okay, first off, last night, folks.
Turn the damn lights off and on.
Hey, little Sawed Off, man. Please don't make me cut the mic. Don't make me cut the mic on you.
Hit the mute button again.
I'm about
from your arthritis. That's why your arthritis. But go ahead. My bad, man. Go ahead.
Okay, brother. Now let me tell the people what's going on here, and then I'm going to get the Ninja's question because he asked me a really good question.
Whoa. We'll get to his question.
Oh, here we go.
Reg, you gotta let me address it after you answer the question.
Oh, you want rebuttal time?
Yeah, it's our show.
Okay, Reg, you're 2 seconds away from being muted, so you got to let me talk. All right, folks, so just so you know, Viking Stadium opened up last night. They hosted one of these international soccer games, AC Milan and Chelsea. Sold out, 66,000 people. Obviously, the majority of that was just, probably check out the stadium. But, soccer's kind of popular up here, so no big deal. You want to test run your stadium, Reg. And they did have issues, by the way, last night. They ran out of food at certain spots. The field was actually not the field that the Vikings are going to play on. For some reason, these soccer teams make it mandatory that they bring over real sod, real grass to play on. For some reason, they prefer that instead of the field turf. So,
of course.
So that's what they did there. And,
Hold on. Now stop now. Let me finish. Now that you just made some bullshit excuse, because I remember when the Candlestick or whatever opened up, they had issues there too. But the point is, you should be embarrassed. Like if when you and the first lady bought your house, did you let your neighbor sleep in the house first to make sure everything was good? Did you let your kids drive your car when you first bought your first brand new car? Hell no.
Carla, how do you put up with this gentleman?
Nice excuse, man. And Ninja said it right there. Wait, what? You let your $1 billion stadium be broken in by soccer teams, not even from the United States, from Europe. Come on, Vince. Seriously? It's an NFL team.
First off, you're acting like I had something to do with it, like I planned this myself. Second off, who gives a shit?
Well,
66,000 people. Don't. Money made. Hey, they got to test it out. They had some issues they got to work out before the football gets going up here.
Give me a break.
Next week, they got 2 concerts sold out.
Shut up, Vince.
By the way, folks, it is a beautiful stadium. I forgot to talk about it last week on this show and my show, by the way. Who cares? I care. The people in Minnesota care, and you better care, because it's going to be the home of the NFC champion, soon-to-be Minnesota Vikings, home of next year's Super Bowl, home of the Final Four after that. Man, this stadium's phenomenal, brother. And for somebody who keeps talking about, I'm coming up to Minnesota to sit in the front row with the Gov at the Gopher game, Hey, man, your visa might be ixnayed at the border, Trump style, homeboy, if you keep talking this nonsense.
Stop ducking the question. Stop
I ain't ducking no
question.
questions.
You was bumping for that BS, man.
Hey,
y'all pay. Let me tell you this. I bet you the Vikings were upset. And here's the thing. Nobody
comes signed off on it. It's their stadium.
I know your owner did because all he cares about is money.
Wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't. The Roonies would never do that.
It, Reginald.
No, they would never do that. Have some respect and some
honor.
honor.
Think of it like this, Reggie. You know that team, the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah.
They sucked for how long?
Probably about 5 years in between LeBron.
Well,
they were
exactly. But before that, what? Forever.
Not forever. They had a 5 or 6 year stretch where they were
just
good
like
with Ron Harper, Doherty,
they sucked forever. They got a superstar. All of a sudden, their car's running smooth. Our car's running smooth. It's a beautiful stadium. I don't care who opened it. All I know is that who's going to finish in there is the Minnesota Vikings. And plus, man, you got to remember, this is also called the People Stadium up here in the Twin Cities. Plenty of stuff goes on in that stadium, Reg, outside of football. Yeah, in the winter. It's opened up, actually. It's going to be open for rollerblading in the winter. They got all kinds of other stuff. There's weddings booked in there. I mean, they got all kinds of party spots. Man, the greatest stadium in the country, arguably outside of Dallas, better than anything in that bunk, lame city, mistake by the Lake Cleveland. A city so dirty, by the way, that the river catches on fire like it down there in Rio. Oh, man, don't even get me going on that.
That was before you were born, man. Wait a minute. So if you in the first city, if y'all bought a Mercedes-Benz.
By the way, let me get back to Ninja's question.
You didn't answer it. If you and the first lady bought a Mercedes-Benz, would you let your kids drive it first?
It doesn't matter, Reg.
Yeah, it does. Don't be an a-hole. Yes, it does.
Reg.
Lying
ass.
It's
still the best stadium out there. You're going to love it. And if you ever find a way to jump on that mega bus and get your butt up here, you're going to find out best stadium in the country, probably outside of Dallas, Texas, only because Jerry's World is bigger. But that is literally about it. Now, Ninja had a good question here about me joining a predominantly white fraternity. So Ninja says, Vince, since no one else is going to ask, how did you end up in a white fraternity? Just the environment, if I had to guess. And yeah, pretty much, Ninja. That was really about it. But here's how I went down. Knew some friends that had some friends that were members of Sigma Nu fraternity in our high school days. So, we got to go down there and kind of party up, as we were seniors in high school. So I actually started meeting people as a member, as being in high school. Just hanging out with friends, whatnot, no big deal. And yeah, they were white. So here's the thing. As I actually applied and was accepted at the University of Minnesota, first stop I made was the, IHC, the Fraternity Council, where all the offices were for black and white fraternities, actually.
Okay. So
and, put in cards, put in all the info for, all the black fraternities, and, some of the white fraternities that I had interested in. And never heard from the black fraternity, man.
Well, what kind of bootleg is that? Because that's not
exactly,
how it
man. Exactly.
Works,
so here's the thing. So wound up going over to Rush Week. Sigma Nu was a foregone conclusion. Like I said, I knew half the house at that point. They knew I wanted to join. And when I went to my first Rush party and they introduced me to half the Minnesota dance line, it was kind of like game, set, and match at that point.
Right.
The day after I pledged Sigma Nu, got a call from the brothers, Alpha.
I can see you being Alpha.
And
I can see that.
And I was actually bummed out, but I had given my word. I was cool where I was at. And like I said, actually became friends with a lot of black Greeks during my day there. Like I said, we pretty much started throwing parties with the Phi Beta Sigma boys. So we were all good, man. And, that's how it was in Minnesota. I know it's a little different in other parts of the country. Like if I'm looking at Sigma Nu in Alabama, probably no way in hell I'm joining.
Oh, probably not with that them singing.
Me to join.
Right. I remember that.
And, Southern fraternities are a lot different than Northern fraternities, as we know. A lot of racial issues. And Ninja, my parents had a little bit of an issue with this at first because, remember, they grew up, in the 60s.
Yeah.
So, but, hey, it was all good, man. I wouldn't have done it any other way. Had a great time and love a lot. I love those dudes, man, because they helped me with a lot of stuff during them years of college, brother.
You know, you're my boy, so yeah, no, I understand. I looked at a couple of different options myself, but I went to college in Rhode Island, so at that time it was about 80-20 white to black. But I totally understand everything's different, you know, and to each his own, man. So, but that's why you got me to kind of keep you straight